Changing mag! Shield noise!
Enemy in the area!
Enemy in the AO!
What's it
Contact! Still alive.
Covering your 6!
The enemy holds the lead. Clock's ticking.
Incoming! To the ground! Reloading!
I got you 6!
I'm hit!
The enemy is gaining ground. Push them back.
Reloading. Target down.
Got a field upgrade active here.
Hostiles deployed a Mosquito.
I'm with you.
Hostile care package.
Blood first blood. On your 6!
Hostile Mosquito is online. Team deathmatch. You're clear to engage any and all hostiles in the AO.
Enemy right here!
Taking the lead. Hostile UAV in the area.
Aquí, aquí.
Placing effective fire. I'm with you.
Shit, friendly fire! Watch it!
UAV overhead.
I'm getting lit up!
On your 6. Target down!
I've got your 6. Toss and tactical.
Took a round!
Taking fire.
Taking fire!
1 minute remaining.
Target down!
30 seconds remain.
With you, mate. Red on ammo!
Ten seconds remaining. Mission failed. Return to base.
Well guys, the video's over, but it doesn't have to be. You can always watch more by doing these 3 things. Follow me on TikTok at The King Tornado Man Show. Follow me on Instagram at The King Tornado Man Show. and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The King Tornado Man Show, and The King Tornado Man Show second channels. And don't forget to ring the notification bells. And stay tuned for upcoming content videos. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, guys.
Bunnell Crossing, Hardyville, if you go up into Hart County. So, right in there, broad rotation. I don't see anything that really stands out, but that would be the most suspect area.
Yeah, we're seeing some areas where we could see that broad rotation with this. And if anything, we're really noticing the strong winds. I mean, let's look through this and some of the winds here, greater than 60 miles per hour with this. So again, the same storm. It's right now on top of Munfordville. It is going to be approaching Hardyville here in just the next couple of minutes. I mean, we're really could be there right now. I mean, this radar scan updates not every minute or so, but with this storm moving 80 miles per hour towards the north and east, it's a pretty fast storm. So
that still amazes me. I don't think in my entire career I have seen the Weather Service say that a storm is moving at 80 miles per hour. Just, 50, 60, okay. But 80?
It's typically where it is. It's either 50 or, 60. And
yeah.
But
I mean, 80 is just incredible.
And it's crazy how it's gained strength.
Yes.
And gained speed, I should say, as it's been progressing eastward. I mean, in last updates, it started off it was moving at 60, then next update, it was moving at 70. I mean, yeah, for it to move at 80 is pretty impressive.
Well, and that's when, if you'll recall, I said I'm hesitant to end coverage because these storms still showed a lot of strength, a lot of lightning, a lot of electrical activity. We were still seeing some shear going on, and I'm just like, no, let's wait a little longer. And I'm glad I did, because now we're getting these other tornado warnings. But now we are starting to get more, as expected, more flood advisories. New flood advisory is in effect. That is going to go until 5:15 this morning for Breckenridge, Bullitt, Franklin, Grayson, Hardin, Hart, Jefferson, which would be Metro Louisville, then LaRue, Meade, Nelson, Shelby, and Spencer counties. All of this area is now under a flood advisory because of heavy rain. It says here from the Weather Service, minor flooding in low-lying areas, poor drainage areas, flooding of roadways, radar indicating the heavy rain due to these thunderstorms, an additional 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain is expected just within the next, couple of hours. And that's going to cause flooding in E-Town, Bardstown, Litchfield, Hodgenville, Radcliffe. I mean, that's a bunch of areas that are under that flood advisory. So, as I said way early in the night, this is going to start with tornado warnings. Then it's going to transition into heavy rain and flooding, and that's exactly what's happening, which is evidence that the front is starting to stall over the area, and as it stalls, it's not going anywhere. And the heavy rains that we're getting tonight, we're going to get them tomorrow, and we're going to get them Friday, not as much on Friday, but a lot of rain again expected Saturday into early Sunday. Think about that. I mean, if we already have flood advisories and flash flood warnings right now, think about what we're going to have over the next few days. Morgan, I would say you guys in the newsroom, in the news department, are going to be busy with news about flooding in the area.
That's right. We've already started talking to officials in counties surrounding us about their plans, what they were planning to do after this storm passes. So we're going to have stories on that tomorrow about what communities are doing to help kind of circumvent a lot of that flooding that we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, and if you have any pictures you see there,
Yes,
send them
news
to
at
Morgan.
WNKY.com. We've been getting a lot of pictures and videos, and so thank you for sending that. A lot of that rain with the wind, we've been seeing a lot of videos of that. So yes, if it's safe to do so, let us know if you have any damage as well. We did hear a report on social media of a woman said that her child's swing set blew into their house.
Oh.
So any reports that you have like that, let us know. It helps us keep a better idea of what this storm is producing.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, Morgan. I know you're going to be busy, and the newsroom is going to be busy the next few days because of this, the flooding namely. But as we've been hearing tonight, there could be a few places that did receive wind damage, not necessarily from a tornado, but just the strength of these straight line winds that are still coming through. So if you have any damage, let us know. Send us pictures or video, like Morgan said, when it's safe. Don't get out there when there's all the lightning going on or the destructive winds. Wait till that dies down, and then when it's safe to get out there, you can look at that. But we do have this tornado warning. It does take in parts of Barron, and then parts of Metcalf, and then there's Greene County, Hart County, Taylor County, and Adair County. So that's a pretty big area, and it goes into 1:30 Central. Much of this area is still in Central Time until you cross the line and go into Taylor County. Then you're on Eastern Time. Or as we used to say when I lived in Columbia, Columbia is on slow time, Campbellsville is on fast time. We did, and the locals will back me up on that, won't you? Because that's the truth. If you live in those areas, Taylor County is fast time, Adair County is slow time. You know, for what that's worth. Morgan.
Real quick, we got a scanner update. There's some kind of traffic hazard at Glen Lily. That could be a tree down. We're still working to find that out. But really no one needs to be on the roads right now. But if you know anybody that may be leaving, maybe they have to go to work, be careful on these roads. We're already seeing some traffic alerts come in. But Glen Lily Road right now has a traffic hazard, so just be aware of that.
Yeah, and, good point with that. Not only could there be trees down, there could be wires, power lines down, because we're getting numerous reports of power outages. And not only that, now we're going to have to start dealing with the ponding of water on the roadways, standing water, and it's dark. You're not going to be able to see just how deep that water is. And in some places where we have the flood advisory and flash flood warnings, those have been posted because of high water. Roadways, wherever, there's high water out there, so you've got to be careful. Turn around, don't drown, as we always say. You're going to hear that a lot the rest of this week. Okay, Darius, catch us up on that severe cell there.
So here we go with that tornado warning. It looks like the worst of the storm now is now east of Munfordville, and it's also east of Horse Cave. But right on top of Canmore community, where you are getting in with some heavy rain at this time. So that tornado warning continues for eastern sections of Hart County, northern sections of Metcalf County, as well as for Barron County, Greene, and Taylor counties until 1:30 Central Time. So as far as, are we seeing any noticeable rotation with this?
Yeah, I was just about to say around Canmore, I think it's Canmore, close to there.
I'm seeing some rotation, I guess, near the Monroe area, Wickerville area.
Yeah, there's DeFreeze, Monroe, there's Canmore. Okay,
Yeah.
So that's 31E. This is 88 that goes from Hardyville over toward Donaldsburg. Now this is going into Greene County. This is Greene County, that's Hart County. It's right in there between Monroe and DeFreeze that I'm seeing a little kink in the line and maybe just a little broad rotation, and notice lightning is beginning to increase in that area. So all the signs are there that something is trying to get going. It could become a tornado, it may not, but we do have something there that's trying to get going. I just noticed it on my radar scope, looking at it from a different direction in a different location. But yeah, that's what kind of keyed me in on that. That could be something there that's going to move into Greene County. So Donensburg, Webb, even Greensburg, you're going to need to watch this as you go out Kentucky 88 into western Greene County. You know, there could be something there. We'll just have to watch these scans. In fact, there is an updated scan. Yeah, I'm still seeing something there north of Donensburg. And notice, there we go with the lightning strikes, just pow. So what you're getting there is like what we got here in Bowling Green about 30, 40 minutes ago, just continual lightning. These are not all the lightning strikes, but it's a representation of a clustering of lightning, and it's around that broad rotation area. That's one of those giveaways. It's like, ooh, we better watch this, because something could spin up right in there.
That's where we are seeing that. So north of Donensburg there into Greene County.
Yeah, this is Greensburg. That's 88, and then this is 61, which goes up to Summersville. So it looks like it's kind of on that northeast path and could go a little bit south of Summersville, but it's going to cross over 61 eventually, because it's moving, like you said, at what, 80 miles per hour?
Yeah, 80 miles per hour towards the north and east.
It'll be there in no time. So from what I'm seeing, that is the most suspect area right now. And is that a new tornado warning? No. Okay, I saw it flashing there, and I thought maybe that was a new tornado warning, but it's not. It's the same one.
Yeah, I think they just...
Did they extend it?
It just says continues as far as I see.
Oh, okay.
That was just an update on that. Okay, gotcha.
But there we go, and it does include Campbellsville.
So they're into Taylor County.
Yep.
So Campbellsville, in the path of this tornado warns, included in the tornado warning, it goes until 1:30 Central Time. So
Yeah, so that'd be 2:30 Eastern
So
for
about
Taylor County.
2:30 Eastern. So in the next 10 minutes, that storm, or at least that part of the storm, could be in your area. So already want to be in your safe place as
Yeah.
we are following this storm.
Yeah. I mean, it still just looks right there. That's the part of it that kind of raises the red flag to me. But if something does develop, again, as I've mentioned all night long, these are not the big tornadoes. Little ups that last for maybe just a few minutes. They're usually EF0. There could be an EF1, or briefly. We're talking about 80, 90 mile per hour winds in a very, very small area. It's not big, wide, long tracking tornadoes. We're not talking about that. These would be very small little spin ups, but they can do damage. But I still believe what's going to do the most damage tonight are the straight line winds and the floods, the heavy rains. Tornadoes, we're getting kind of out of that now. It's all going east. This still gives me pause as far as, you know, it still looks a little healthy, and we're still seeing a lot of lightning strikes around it. So Summersville, yeah, it's headed your way, but a little south of Summersville along 61. This would be 68, US 68, that goes from Greensburg into Campbellsville. So if you're in those areas, this is Greene County, that's Taylor County, just be aware it's moving northeast at 80. It's still hard to believe. 80 miles per hour. So it's going to be in Taylor County in no time, in just a few minutes. That's crazy.
Insane. You know,
And look, Darius, that's looking more healthy. There's a new update.
New scan, and it's still consistent.
Still very, deep red against the bright greens. There's nothing really tight in there, but it's just enough of a rotation to, pay attention to it. Don't let your guard down, is what I'm trying to say, if you live in those areas.
Certainly, not a night to let your guard down with these storms as they're moving through. Places towards the west, though, and including here Warren County, we've got more of the just kind of the stratiform rain now, so everything's kind of just more stable for our area. So Bowling Green in places west, especially along and west of say I-165 there. You're looking at Butler County, Logan County, Todd, Christian counties, even Edmonson County. Hart County here in just the next few minutes. Once this warning gets past your area, you guys, I think, should be okay. But as we go throughout, say, the early morning time frame for areas east of us, they'll have to continue to watch for those storms to maybe produce tornadoes. And one thing to also point out, you're looking, say, towards central Kentucky now. For our friends who may be watching across central Kentucky, you're looking there across that. I do believe this is Mercer County. So Mercer County, Woodford, Jessamine, and Fayette County. So that's actually the city of Lexington included in a tornado warning that goes until 2:45 Eastern time for those areas.
Yeah. So Lexington being hit now with that rough weather. But, I was about to say that here's another situation where if you live west of Greensburg, like Munfordville, all of Hart County, if you live west of Glasgow, west of Scottsville, Franklin, Bowling Green, Brownsville, and beyond, you can go to bed. There's no more worry of severe weather. It's over. It's over for you guys. You're just going to be inundated with a ton of rain for the rest of the night into the day tomorrow. And occasionally, like we're hearing here in our studios downtown Bowling Green, we're occasionally hearing some rumbles of thunder, and it's raining really well outside. So this is going to continue for several hours, and then into the day tomorrow, over and over again in the next few days. So, but as far as a severe weather threat, severe thunderstorm, tornado, it's all over, back to the west. Go to bed, rest easy, you're fine. But in places like Greene County, Taylor County, Metcalf, Adair, eastern and southern Barron County, parts of Allen County, just hang on just a few minutes more, because this is moving very fast now. It's picked up some forward momentum, and these stronger cells with the destructive winds is going to move out pretty quickly. And so we'll just be left with all that rain that you see back to the west of.
About to push into Warren County over there near Petros and Rockfield. We have this tornado warned storm very close by within the next 5 to 10 minutes. So please be in your safe zone. This warning does continue until 10:15, and by about 10:05, 10:10, that's when the storm will be very close to Bowling Green. Really, all of Bowling Green is under this warning. We're watching this part of this storm system. It is rapidly moving into Warren County, but we still have the strongest rotation it has now passed by Lewisburg and also Russellville. But these winds, these are powerful winds. So even though we do have the tornado warning in effect, we want to keep in mind that straight line winds with this storm will be up to about 65, 70 miles per hour. So this storm is booking it. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for western parts of Simpson County, as we could deal with those winds up to about 65 miles per hour. But our focus, we are now in live on-air coverage. We got a tornado warning. In effect, our immediate focus right now is going to be this tornado warning. And we've got it going for about the next 15 minutes or so. And it's been really hard to kind of break down on radar just because there's nothing that looks very impressive here. There's nothing that stands out that says, hey, this looks like a tornado. What's likely going on is that this line itself is just moving so fast, and there's a little bit of extra rotation in there that the National Weather Service was able to see, and so they bookmarked this area for the tornado warning. So we need to be in our safe zone in Bowling Green. We'll definitely have winds probably at least 55 miles per hour with this. This is a radar indicated tornado. There is no confirmed tornado on the ground. But again, if you're anywhere in that polygon, you need to seek shelter now. In Russellville, it's still windy, but the actual center of rotation is likely off to your east, but you're still dealing with torrential rainfall. Same deal into Lewisburg. So this warning will probably start to get trimmed back here fairly soon. But the storm is knocking on the door of Warren County. In Bowling Green, of course, we do have the tornado warning that continues for the next 15 minutes. We are now right at 10 o'clock. This is when our typical newscast begins, but the news is the weather, of course, and we are monitoring this tornado warning that is in effect for Logan County and also far northern Simpson County. Most of Simpson County right now just dealing with either a severe thunderstorm warning or a nothing, but that could certainly be changing for the county over the next 10 to 15 minutes or so as this fast-moving line of storms. I mean, these storms are moving at 65 miles per hour, and within this line, getting a little bit of rotation, and so that's what we are monitoring. So let's zoom into the storm a little bit more. I'm not going to go back to try to find the actual center of rotation anymore because it just is so messy on radar. But between Richelieu and Auburn, that's probably where we have that rotation. Again, this is radar indicated. It's near Browning and Petros. And so the storm will be, again, here in Bowling Green pretty soon. Let's go to our live weather cam that really looks straight down Russellville Road off towards the southwest. And so this is a live look outside. Now actually, let's see if I can turn our camera up. Maybe I can tilt it down just a little bit so that you can see the trees in the foreground. I'll tilt the camera down just a little bit. I still want to be able to see enough of the sky here. So this is a live look, and I'll give you a direction here. This is Russellville Road. This is looking towards the southwest. So this is looking towards that storm, and you can see the lightning in the distance. This is 165 here. And these are the trees right by our parking lot. I want to get the trees in the foreground so you can see the intensity of the wind as the storms do move on in. But right now, it's still pretty still, but of course, we've got the storm just out there in the distance. So this is a live look from our WBKO studio as we are under an active tornado warning. Again, no tornado has been confirmed, but certainly some strong enough rotation to warrant a warning. Yes, yeah, Auburn, you are currently under that tornado warning. And so we're going to go back to radar and have to move things around just a little bit more. Okay, but we got this warning until 10:15. So this warning is for Warren County and also northern Logan County. So western Warren County, including Bowling Green, so western and central Warren County, including Bowling Green. The strongest part of the storm is passing by Gasper. It's just outside of Auburn. Auburn, you're likely dealing with winds up to 60 miles per hour. Rockfield could also be facing those strong damaging winds in addition to that possible tornado. So if you're in this polygon, this tornado warning polygon, stay in your safe zone. We've got until 10:15, so the next 10 minutes. If the Weather Service determines that the rotation is still there, they will extend the warning into eastern Warren County. But for now, we just have it for the western part of the county, over there near the community of Richelieu and Auburn. Between there, that's where we have more the intense core. It's where we may be dealing with some small hail, definitely strong winds in excess of 50, 60 miles per hour. Casey, are we getting any power outage reports?
Updates at this point. I am continuing to monitor all of our utility companies. Davis Wells just let me know that a trained weather spotter reported a funnel cloud near Lewisburg, northwest of Russellville in Logan County at 9:52 p.m. But at this point, we don't have any direct power outages being reported, whether that be on their social media channels or on their website at this point. It is moving a little slow. I think a lot of people are trying to click onto the power outage viewer just to see if there are any power outages at this point.
Sure. So I'm sure that will become more updated as time moves on. So again, we're continuing with our breaking weather coverage. Tornado warning in effect until 10:15 as we are watching this strong storm that apparently has had the history of producing a funnel cloud near Lewisburg, and it continues to move into Bowling Green, Rockfield as we speak. We certainly have some strong winds with this. Greencastle also in the warning. As I zoom in a little bit more, the Blue Level community, which is just west of Bowling Green, winds are certainly pretty strong, and the strongest of the winds are about to shift into Bowling Green, so please be in your storm safe zone in Bowling Green, whether you're in Bowling Green, Memphis Junction, all the way down to Rich Pond, even out to Alvaton. You're on the fringe of this tornado warning, so go ahead, seek shelter in that safe zone. Stay there until this warning has expired. In addition to the tornado warning, we also do have a severe thunderstorm warning. We've got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings, but we're focused on this tornado warning as we speak. And let's get another look outside our WBKO studios as some of the strong winds are starting to really move on in. You can really see the trees moving here. What I'm going to do is I'll sit on our camera here for just a moment so that you can see exactly what we're looking at outside of our studio. And let me try to turn the camera just a little bit. Obviously there's a lot of lightning, and we're certainly getting the strong winds here. I mean, it's hard to see. It's nighttime, and it just seems like we get so many nighttime storms around here. And I know it's nerve-wracking for a lot of folks. But again, we do have the tornado warning that is in effect, and we're certainly dealing with the strongest winds from the storm right now. Winds probably, again, up to about, I'm going to reset here, but I'll zoom back in so that we can see the latest on the storm. So we are certainly dealing with the worst part of the storm as we speak is moving on through. Maybe some hail in here up to penny-sized. Hail is a possibility, but this has been a radar-indicated tornado. No confirmed reports, although there was an initial report in Lewisburg, and I think that's what prompted the warning of potentially a funnel cloud as this line of storms continues to move towards the east. So the strongest part of the storm, we're making our way through it right now. Please be in your safe zone in Bowling Green. Also Greencastle and all the way down to Alvaton. Stay in your safe zone. Rich Pond, Memphis Junction, anywhere along 31W, which is Nashville Road. So the strongest winds are making their way through Bowling Green and really central Warren County as we continue with this tornado warning. Even behind the actual leading edge of this line, we're still dealing with some very heavy rain, probably still some very gusty winds over there towards Petros, Auburn, Gasper, and back into the Russellville community. So another live look, we're getting another live look outside. We're tracking the storm with our cameras and with radar. And this again is a look outside. And there's just a lot of lightning as this tornado warning storm makes its move through the area. Still no confirmed reports of an actual tornado here. And we're at 10:11, so this warning will continue for really the next 4 minutes. So we've got a few more minutes to go. There hasn't been an extension on the warning just yet. Not sure if there actually will be one, but we'll have to wait and see here. Be extended. So it is likely that we're now just in severe thunderstorm warnings, but this storm, I mean, it was strong. We were watching it live as it moved through Bowling Green, and those winds were on the order of 50, 60 miles per hour, but the threat is now continuing towards the east over eastern Warren County. We've got those winds. The wind is going to be the main threat as we do look ahead over the next couple of hours. Of course, we've got this warning in effect for Edmonson County and all the way over into Hart County. So a very, very large area of severe weather, widespread severe weather across south central Kentucky as this very potent severe weather system continues. And really for south central Kentucky, this was the first tornado warning that we ended up with today. And again, right now we're at 10:15 on the clock, so this warning has expired and will likely come off of the map. There you go. It's off the map as we speak. So now we're just dealing with widespread, strong, potentially damaging winds all the way from essentially South Grayson County through Edmonson County, through Brownsville, through Mammoth Cave National Park. We've got the strong damaging wind threats and into Warren and Simpson County, even down into Allen County. We've got that severe thunderstorm warning in effect. So, okay. So right now, again, we are out of our tornado warning, but we still do have a large area of severe thunderstorm warnings across south central Kentucky. So this is what we are looking at. I mean, this polygon is fairly large as the winds continue to be strong. So we're at 10:16 right now, and I'll kind of regain kind of our coverage here in just a little bit, but I'm going to actually send it over to Casey. She's going to bring us up to date on a few other headlines, and then we will come back to our weather coverage as these storms continue across south central Kentucky. Casey?
Thank you so much, David. Now, we continue to follow that first alert weather, Dave. Now, we will be heading back over to our chief meteorologist, David Walter, in just a little bit. But if you haven't done so already, if you haven't downloaded our WBKO First Alert Weather app, they have the weather alerts during severe thunderstorms that are important, and our First Alert Weather team can send those to you. Be sure to scan the QR code there on your screen and download our WBKO First Alert Weather app in your iPhone or Android if you haven't done so already. David Walter has been live streaming our forecast with updates for you as long as possible. And now moving right along, when a thunderstorm is issued in our area, you may have onset panic when it comes to where to go for safety. Warren County has 8 storm shelters for the community to move to for safety during tornadic activity. Now, these shelters are built to withstand winds in excess of 200 miles per hour and secure at least 200 or more people. We have an interactive map for you to find your nearest storm shelter location on our website, WBKO.com. And millions of people in the U.S. are under risk of violent storms tonight and tomorrow. The two-day severe weather event could spawn tornadoes, hail, and even thunderstorms. Jen Sullivan is tracking the system across the region.
Heavy rains triggering flash flooding in Rayne, Louisiana, where 6 to 10 inches